Kim Phelps Nelson, and I'm here to talk about the Rockland Holiday Magic organization.
And I'm Sue Lonigan, and I'm also a member of the Rockland Holiday Magic group.
Rockland Holiday Magic started about 30 years ago in Ann Phelps's office. She was the head nurse at the Rockland High School, and it was headquartered there for about 15 years before she retired and moved the headquarters to the community center at McKinley School in Rockland. And that's where she gathered a community around her, combined resources, formed a committee, and started reaching out in a more formal way, known as Rockland Holiday Magic.
We're a small group of 8 volunteers who meet and discuss our needs, and this year we decided we really needed to let people know about holiday magic.
Being involved is something you're taught, and if you have parents that were involved or if you're involved, it's important to teach the next generation.
I think it's those life lessons that you give back. You appreciate what you have and you give to those who are less fortunate. And I think that's our goal. Like I said, it's a small group, but we couldn't do it without this Rockland community.
I love the fact that the community comes together in such a positive, generous way to help out at a time of year when so many people need the help. And it makes me proud every day that I grew up in this town and that I work in this town and that I'm still a part of this town.
I came on in 2018 when my husband passed away. We decided to make a memorial donation to Holiday Magic because he was from Rockland and he loved children and he was always fighting for the underdog. So Holiday Magic was just a perfect, my daughters and I decided that that was the organization that we wanted donations to go to in his name. And he still gets donations each year in his name from his friends.
If they say once a bulldog, always a bulldog, and I do feel like you do feel that way.
And knowing that on Christmas morning, these families have things to give for their children that they might not have without this organization. So I'm very proud to be part of it and very lucky to be part of this community.
Ann Phelps, who was the head nurse at the high school, definitely saw a need in the community. She used an opportunity to contact the nurses in the other schools to identify families in those schools as well that could benefit from some help. And for those of you who know Scott McKinley, he was the principal at the time, and my mother used to tell stories about how her office looked like Santa's workshop, and Scott would walk around and say, "We can't be doing this, we can't be doing this." But the ice would melt and he'd say, "Of course we need to do this, we need to help these families."
Our school nurses are invaluable. They send us a list of families in need. On our application it will say that we help families for 3 years. And that is our goal, to try to get families the help that they need for 3 years. So they just get mailed back to our mailbox here in Rockland, and then we take over from there. But we couldn't do it without the school nurses. From Mrs. Phelps right down to this year, our school nurses are great. Mrs. Blaney at the rec department, again, helping us set up and break down and use the McKinley School. So it's all of those pieces together that make Holiday Magic really work and make it a true community activity event.
People need help all year round, but for this time of year is when people start to really, I think it brings it home.
The biggest thing right now is the community involvement. We have boxes at the town hall, at both of our golf clubs. So anybody can go in and drop off new hats, mittens, gloves, toiletries, children's books. So on distribution days, the families come in, they have a family number, they get their bag with their gift cards, and then they can go shop for stocking stuffers, say. And they get how many children they can pick out, how many books and hats. And so along with the gift cards for each children and then a family gift card for some food for the holidays, they also get to pick out some stocking stuffers for their children. So we decided to move to gift cards, but we also had a great discussion about how do we include the community, because it is a community Christmas. It is a community holiday.
And people wanted to continue to help.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't like the idea of giving somebody a gift card. And what can we do to help supplement the gift card with other types of things? So we thought about what are the big important things to the committee. And, you know, hats and gloves, those kinds of things, socks, books for young adults and children, and then the toiletries that we all take for granted that we get in our stockings every year.
So we have community groups that we work with. Rockland Social Taekwondo, Mr. Whitman is always the first one to give us a call. So his students bring in this year hats and mittens. Last year might have been books. Another year might have been toiletries. South Shore Visiting Nurse, another group that helps us every year. Rockland Federal Credit Union, their employees donate. And this year the Banner Pub has joined us. Harmon Golf Course has joined us, as well as Rockland Golf Course. And they have boxes out for those hats and mittens and gloves and books and all the things that we collect. So that is the part of Holiday Magic that I love the most. It's the community. In the schools, I was a teacher for 32 years here in Rockland, and every year my National Honor Society students or my 5th grade students would collect hats and mittens and toiletries or whatever it is. And it's made a difference because it makes sure that we're all aware that there are other people who are less fortunate than us and people who need some help. So it's nice to get the schools involved as well. I think last year was a year that there was just such a need. I think we helped over 75 families, 155 children. The thank you notes that we received, the phone calls. One woman called us back after she left and she said, you know, I knew we were getting gift cards. I understood, you know, that I'm going to be able to buy my children gifts, but to be able to go into the room and pick out hats and mittens and books and hairbrushes and toothbrushes, you know, whatever it was, she was just so grateful. You know, I think they just appreciated what everybody had done in the community to help their family. And a lot of people say to us too, I hope that sometime I'm in a position where I can give back to Holiday Magic and no longer need the help. You know, so it's very gratifying.
Yes, it is. It is. And even though the way we give has changed, in terms of now we're giving gift cards versus we used to give toys, we still want people to know we're still here and we're still helping, and we're just helping in a different way now. And it may not be the way that it started, but it's still a good community Christmas program, and it's still helping the kids, which we all agree is the most important part of the holidays, is making a child happy.
So I think it's just evolved with what goes on in life, you know, what the community needs. And we still have those original people who just are still involved and still want to make a difference. And I think that's just it. It's all about the children.
Yes. And we are here to help any child that lives in Rockland from 0 to 16 years old. So if you're living in Rockland and you're in need and you come to us, we will do everything we can to help you.
So there are ways to contact us. So there's a Facebook page, you can leave a message. We have Rockland Holiday Magic 2017 at Gmail. And we also have a phone number, 781-741-0335. So there's lots of ways.
I'm Kim Phelps Nelson.
And I'm Sue Lonigan.
And we're from the Rockland Holiday Magic. Thank you for watching WRPS.